Hello! Today I'm going to make my January wrap up and my February TBR video. And I'm going to start with my wrap up. I really read so many books, I don't know how much right now, but it was quite a few. And first I read was The Future of Us by J. Asher and Carolyn Mackler. And I don't have the copy here because I gave it back to the library. So I have just my TBR books and some of the read books, but which I didn't bring back this time. So yeah, The Future of Us by J. Asher and Carolyn Mackler. It was a good story, but I expected more. Then I had read Airhead by Mac Cabot, and I have to say I really kind of liked it because yeah, a friend gave it to me and said like she really liked it, and we have like the same taste in books. So I was like, okay, try it, and I liked the plot a lot. But it was like this usual YA story, this totally YA story. Then I have read It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han, and this was just such a. I have read the first part in December, and it was just such a great and nice summer story, and because it's now like really winter and snow is everywhere here, so I'm a little bit sick or ill, and yeah, it was just nice to have like this summer story. It was light, it was fluid, and yeah. Then I have read Liberty 9 by Rainer M. Schröder. I would say it either in German. I would say Rainer M. Schröder, but I just want to say it in like English pronouncing, so just doing it because it's a German book by a German author and it isn't published in English. Then I've read We Always Have Summer. That's the third part. I read the second part, and then I've read the third part by Jenny Han because I just wanted to know how it ends. And the ending was like how I thought it would be, but the whole book there was like twists and just it was not like I was thinking of it how it would be, but the ending was good. Then I have read Ian, Dragon Eye Reborn. It's the first part in the Ian duology. It's just 2 books, and it's by Alison Goodman, and it is a fantasy book with dragons, and I really love fantasy and I really love dragons, so yeah, it was just the perfect book for me. So yeah, I really liked it. It was like so cool. Because I was just in my fantasy thing in this moment, I have read The Magician's Guild by Trudy Canavan, and I just read like 100 pages, and I was so in love with this book. And after Harry Potter and the Hunger Games, I never felt so into a book and into the plot and into the world it is that it was so amazing. After that, I have read Wolfsbane by Andrea Kramer. That's the second part in the Nightshade. Yeah, it's Nightshade. The Nightshade series, and I kind of like the first part, and I think it was like really interesting with these wolves and everything, werewolves. Sorry, and the second part, I was like, the romance so ruined this book. It would be so great and it would be really interesting and cool, but the romance just killed it. So yeah. Then I have read Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. How my review is on the channel, so look at it if you want to know something. Then I've read Adorkable by Sarah Manning, and that's a normal YA story, or not really normal. It's about a blogger, it's a girl and a guy, and yeah, the whole thing about them. And it was nice to read. It was just like after the whole Clockwork Prince, The Magician's Guild, and Ian, they're so dramatic and everything's so. And then I have just a YA book, which is like such pretending book, like you know what happens then. It's really cool. Then I've read The Skies Everywhere by Jenny Nelson, and I really love this book. Which I don't know if it's in the English copies of this book, but in the German one, there are like little piece of papers, and there's written like the lot of poetry she puts on them, that fluid wind. Yeah. Then I have read. There I have the book. It's Jana. It's the second part in the Ian duology. And yeah, that's the German copy, and the English one looks different. It looks like there's also a girl, but not this face. And yeah, there's a boy on the sword. Yeah, I liked the book, but I didn't like the ending. It was like not the ending how I pictured it. It would be so great if it would be like I pictured, but didn't. So, well. But I really like Iona, so sometimes she's really strange, and then I want to like punch her in the face because she's so dumb. And yeah. So, but mostly I like her. Then I have read Amy and Roger's epic Detour, and I know on this cover stands Amy on the summer road, but Howard just said German copies are otherwise, and the Germans are so dumb that they want a different title, which is also in English, which makes it a little bit strange. Today it's my favorite word to say strange. That's strange. Sorry. No. So it was so cool. Yeah, I was expecting, like I said, I put that on Goodreads. Like I said, I expected a normal YA story, and it's so big. I was like, oh, it's so big. But yeah, it gets really good, really fast. So it was like about a road trip and a boy and a girl, and I just thought the boy and the girl meet, and whoosh, there's love, and yeah, and they're going to be all time together. But I think the romance starts just in this part of the book. Before that, they get to know each other and make this road trip and talk about their lives and everything. And now it comes to the coolest things, which I really liked about this book were like these playlists. The playlists are made from this one main character, and yeah, they're just in it, you know, and there's so cool things on it that I knew first, and some I didn't. So it was like really cool. And there are other like things in it. I don't know if it's just in the German copy, but you're like a report card. Yeah, which is German, what you saw. And that's like an emo bay. Yeah. So that was really cool. After that, I have read. So now guess what book it is. Because it don't say in the title which book it is. Just, yeah, it says it. So, yeah, that's, and when you go to this name without the S, then it says, like, it's Paper Towns. Yeah, it's Paper Towns, and I finally got to the German version of Paper Towns, and I finally got to read it, and I'm so excited because I just love that book, and I love John Green, and I ordered every book from him, and at Book Depository. Yeah. After I read this, but I ordered them in English because it's good to read the German ones just to understand them better. But I really like them more in the English cover, and yeah. So that I've read, and I just love him, and the book's so good. And Q is so cute. Q is so cute. Yeah. So after that, I have read this book. It's The Forbidden Eden by Thomas T. Meyer, and it's the second part in this series. And it's about Logan and Gwen, and yeah, it's I think nobody knows it. Even if you're not German, you don't know it because it's a German author, and it's only available in German. So sorry, but I really like this book because it's about the female and the male are like fighting against each other because there are like viruses in their bodies which say they don't like the other. So, and now after 60 years, there's like this boy and this girl which met and just like each other. And there happened something in the first part, and now it's the second part, and it all connects, so I can't really tell anything. I have reread 2 books in January. The first book I reread was Ugly by Scott Westerfeld, and the second book was, who haven't read Ugly, the Ugly series by Scott Westerfeld? People, you don't like science fiction, or you didn't live in your life because they're so amazing. And the second book was Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead, which is the 6th part in the Vampire Academy series. And the Vampire Academy series is one of my favorite series, so I just had to read it. Okay, now to my TBR thing. Now, just recently, I'm going to read this one. It's Rake by Lisa McMahon. So yeah, I'm just so excited because I heard so many good things and a few bad things, but just the good some more. So I'm just trying to get this. Then I want to read this month. I can't say if I really get to read them, but I want to read them. I have this in my bookshelf for so long, like so long. It's Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, and yeah, it's the German version. It's the movie version, so it's Logan Lerman on the cover. Yeah, and I have it so long on my shelf, and everybody said to me that like Percy Jackson is so good. And Rick Riordan's books are so amazing, and I have to read it, and I have it always on my bookshelf, and I can't read it, and I didn't get to read it. So, yeah. After that, I have this book. It's the 3rd part in the Cassia and Kai trilogy. It's the German version. Yeah, how you just see, you can't read this. And yeah, I don't know what I expect. Matched was really good. Crossed was good, but not as good as the first one. And I'm not quite sure because I saw like Christine from Plandan Banana Books. Don't know her YouTube name, right? She has made some updates about this book on Goodreads, and she was like, "Huh, that need me so much time to read, and it's so big." Well, so I don't know what I expect. So after that, I tried to read. I knew on this cover it has 18 moons. But it is Beautiful Chaos by Kemi Garcia and Margaret Stowe. It's the German cover, and I like the English covers better. But yeah, don't know why. But I just found them in the library, so I was like, get it with me and just read it because I read the two other parts and like the series very much. I saw like nerd, the ginger book nerd. He's like so into these books and is always like talking about them, and that he met Margaret Stowe and Kemi Garcia on their Beautiful Creatures movie tour, and he was so excited. And that's really cool because I think it's awesome when somebody is so into a book that he really tries to get them further through his YouTube connections. So then I have a book which has a totally other cover than the English ones, and I like the English ones better, but I don't get to get them. And it's Supernaturally by it's the second part in the Paranormal Sea series by Kirsten White, and how you just see it's here like Dreams and Whispers, and I know the English covers are like dark and black and not pink, so I don't know, but I like the first one even though it is pink. Yeah, it's pinky pink. And I really like this dark thing about the English covers. So the last on my to be read list is this one. It has the Immortals, but it's the Blue Blood series. Blue Blood series. Yeah, it's the sixth part by Melissa de la Cruz, and it's Lost in Time. And it does not look like it, and that's the mother from Skylars. No. Don't know her name right now, but I read like the other 5 books in such a short time. Like I was reading them through. It was so cool, and I kind of like this. It's like something with vampires and Gossip Girl. Not really Gossip Girl, but it's like in this New York and the rich ones, and yeah. So yeah, I just want to read it. So okay, this was it with my wrap-up and TBR video, and whoa, that's a long video. Gosh, I have to cut it. Okay, see you soon on my next video. Bye.